Falmouth's always had a terrible drug epidemic. It's nothing new. What's new is the fact that it's gone to heroin. When I first started doing narcotics back in 2005, the one drug that we always bought from people was cocaine. The switch to fentanyl kind of started, I'm going to say about 2016, 2015, we started seeing a lot more fentanyl once the cartel started really getting into the heroin business. Heroin, it comes from a poppy. It comes from the flower, and it takes a while to produce. So what happened, the phenomena that really happened was the cartels really got into the business. Once they started losing the marijuana profits, the cartels got kind of smart into it, and they started making the synthetic material, which is fentanyl. Fentanyl is about 100 times stronger than heroin, much easier to produce. A little bit of the difference is it's white, it's odorless, and where heroin's brown, and it does have a slight smell to it, more of a vinegar smell from the heroin, but fentanyl's odorless and is white in color. So when fentanyl really started taking off and officers were getting injured, Chief Dunn kind of was smart about it, and he kind of was at the forefront of stopping us from testing. So Chief Dunn's big into the Mass Police Chiefs Association, and one of the things that they started doing was telling the officers not to drug test anymore. If you know, a drug test was a simple chemical test, which it had a vial, you'd open that vial up and you'd put some of the product into that vial, you'd crack the ampuller, and then it would give you a color code if it was heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, or whatever drug it would be. Once the fentanyl really took off, you kind of got to get a little up and close with the product when you're doing that, and there's a tendency sometimes it will fall onto your hand. With fentanyl, which is different than all the drugs, is it can be absorbed through the skin, so officers were feeling ill from it and hitting the effect. So we stopped doing all field testing. We always wore gloves to begin with, but we were a lot more cautious about using gloves with that, mask, glasses. So in 2017, the way we would execute a search warrant would be going in there with our regular patrol gloves, which are just leather gloves, no glasses, no mask. Since the phenomena of fentanyl really came off, all of our policies now states when we do a search warrant, we will go in with glasses, which are just common, not sunglasses, but common 3M glasses, clear glasses. You'll go in with rubber gloves, and you'll also go in with a mask covering your nose and mouth. That is the new policy that we do when we execute our search warrants, which never really happened beforehand. We never really did that. A lot of agencies look at us kind of strange when we do it, but we take that extra step just because you never know what you're getting yourself into. It's funny because, again, you think you're taking every step possible right now. I mean, again, doing meth labs and seeing the cleanup on meth labs, a lot of times they go in with the Tyvek suits. You know, I would not be shocked if that's the next thing that comes down to us, that we're going to have to invest into those suits to go in. Because again, you just never know what's going to happen.